Okay, so I'm just gonna start and jump in. This is my first video, so it's gonna be super awkward and weird, but that's okay. We'll get kind of personal. So to start off, I'm gonna prime my face using the Tarte poreless mattifying primer. I think it just recently came out. I bought it. It was like $31. And I don't use a whole lot. I like just tap it on my face like this. This is gonna be kind of weird too because I'm using my phone and I'm using the front face camera to apply my makeup. So if I look up every once in a while, that is because I am looking in my mirror, because it's hard to do makeup using your phone. Just a little hint. But we're gonna do this. I'm also using foundation. I usually mix my foundations, but today I'm not going to, just for the purpose of making this video not as long as possible. It's kind of dirty because it's a little old. Not old, but whatever. But I'm using the Tarte Double Duty foundation in the color Light Neutral. You see? And I know it's not very sanitary, but I just use my finger and I dab it on my face in little areas. And I just try to make sure. I probably use way more than I should, but I like full coverage kind of look. So, and I'm just gonna go in with my beauty blender, and I use the Real Technique sponge. I have a whole bunch of other brushes, but I just like how my beauty blender applies my foundation better than most of my brushes do. Yeah. Most of the products I'll probably be using in this video are from Tarte, and that's just because Tarte is like one of my favorite brands of makeup out there. I don't know. I like how their makeup feels. I like how their makeup smells, and that's a weird thing, but a lot of their makeup smells really good. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I use what I like. If I'm getting up and close to you guys, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to do makeup through my phone, like we've already discussed. So this is a little weird. I've never done this before, but we're going with it because all my friends tell me all the time how my makeup looks really good and always want me to teach them how to do it, and it's just easier to do it like this, like most beauty bloggers do. They just put videos on YouTube and this is how it goes. So I'm gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which everybody is obsessed with, and I'm in the color or shade Light. And I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight my face a little bit with, don't mind my weird freaking faces I make, because I'm going to make probably a lot of them, because I'm one of those people who applies makeup and makes weird faces. I also probably use way too much, but once again, I don't really care. I like how my makeup turns out, and yeah. I also don't use eye primer. I just use whatever concealer I have and dab it all over my face. Or, well, I prime my eyes with the concealer. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. I'm also trying to do this quick. That way there won't be a whole bunch of editing I have to do, because I'm not sure if I can really do that with my phone. So we're kind of just going with it, you know? Go with the flow. The lighting's probably terrible as well, so I am sorry about that. But I mean, I'm working with what I got right now, and this is all I got. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and just set all of this, because I have really oily skin, and so I just need to make sure my face gets set, otherwise it's gonna be a disaster. And I'm using I'm pretty sure this is the NYX powder. I mean, I've put other powders in here, so it's not always the same stuff. It could be a little bit of like Rcma translucent powder, NYX translucent powder, but in the scheme of things, it's a translucent powder, and it's gonna set my face. Yep, that's about it. Yeah, that's all I really need it for, is to set the face where I put all my concealer, especially underneath my eyes because I don't want to crease. And it's gonna make me look like a corpse, as my best friend's mother would say. But the things we do for beauty. And while that is baking, I'm gonna contour. And I never contour my nose, so yeah, that just is what it is. Sorry. I'm gonna use the Tarteist Pro Glow kit, and I'm just gonna go in with this color, which is Sculpt, and it's just the powder contour. And I'm gonna be using the new Tarte unicorn brushes, and this is like the contour brush, I guess it is. That's what I'm gonna say it is. This is where it's gonna get a little weird and awkward because I won't be looking at the camera, because I need to be able to see the best angles I can. And looking at the camera is hard to tell where my, like, it's hard to tell. So, sorry y'all, but it's about to get weird. And don't worry, I know it looks dark, but I haven't blended it out yet. And yeah, I'm just going with the flow. That looks super dark. Ooh. Don't worry, it doesn't look bad. Hold on. So I guess I'll tell a little bit about me, since this is my first video. Most of you guys aren't gonna know much about me at all. But my name is Kristen. I am almost 24 in July, and I have a 2-year-old daughter, and yeah, so I'm a busy mom who works 40 hours a week, but who also loves to do makeup. And all my friends tell me all the time that I should do this and start my YouTube channel and try to see where it can take me. So I am kind of, I guess, living the dream right now, even though there's no dream yet. It's not even, like, it's in progress, I guess, because at the age of 24, I should be able to make myself happy. And that's what I'm going for, is to make myself happy again. So now, to just wipe away all of the baking, I'm just going to use the fluffy brush from the Tarte unicorn brushes, whatever, and wipe that away. I'm gonna go with a super normal everyday look that I usually would do, something quick that I can do before I went to work or whatever, just so it's not gonna take a long time with all the blending of the colors and whatever for eyeshadows. So we're gonna keep it super basic. Yeah, super basic, which is fine. You don't need to go crazy. I'm gonna put on a Tarte. I'm gonna say it's Amazonian Clay Tarte blush, but I got it in the Christmas packaging when they did like the bundles, and it's called Genius. And it's like this pretty, like, I don't know, like mauve-y color. I don't know, but I just like how it looks on my face. So I'm just using another Tarte brush that it came with the palette. Like, it came in a little box of like the 4. So there's that. And I definitely love my highlight, so I'm probably gonna go with more than one, like I always do. And I'm just strangely using the e.l.f. Flawless concealer brush. That's what I use to put my highlight on. I don't use any fancy highlight brushes, just this little tiny thing. It works just fine. And I'm going back into the Tarteist Pro Glow Kit, and I'm going to just open up the same side with the powders because there's like another like side here, and it has like, that's what it looks like, and this is like the cream contour, and then these are more golden highlights, and I only do those when I'm like gonna go ahead and go outside and really want to like be glowy. So I'm gonna use strobe and stunner, and I'm just gonna like tap it on, brush it on, whatever it is to get that highlight, because I like my highlight. So I'm just gonna go in and I usually do my whole entire face of makeup before I even start my eyes. I don't know why. A lot of people think it's really weird, but that's what I do. There's no rules in makeup, so I'm just gonna go with it and do what I want to do. I'm gonna do a little bit under the brow bone, bone. I don't know why I said it that way, but I'm just gonna do a little bit. And I mean, so far I still look really washed out, and that's just because of this lighting. I'm sorry, like it looks terrible and I can't help that. But and I'm gonna use just stunner on my Cupid's bow. I'm not gonna combine them, I'm just using stunner, and I'm gonna really kind of frost it up. And then I'm just taking whatever's like left over on the brush and just tapping it on my chin, just because I don't want it to look too like over the top, and plus I'm really oily, so it ain't pretty. That's gross. Gross. So now time for brows, and I'm using the new, it's not really that new I guess, but it's the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. And I never used to do my brows until I went to Ulta, and my best friend's like, oh, let's try it, and here I am now doing my brows all the time. I only ever wax my brows and shape them, and I trim them. I do it all myself. I don't ever get them done. I do it myself because I'm kind of that jack of all trades kind of girl. So this is gonna get a little weird, but I'm gonna be looking like above you because I have a mirror in front of me in 2 places. So yeah, I'm gonna get a little up close and personal because I need to make sure. And I'll just use another mirror. That might work better. Sorry. It's a little weird, but I'm looking like away from you, but it's what's gonna work for me. So, oh, that looks terrible. Yep. See, and I'm like, I like this pencil because literally I just screwed up and wiped it away. You can't even tell. So, but when I go with in a super light hand, and you know, I can't talk to you guys when I do this, so it's gonna be a little awkward and quiet for a few minutes, so sorry. Actually, I'm just gonna pause and you can watch this another time. I'll do like a brow routine or something because this is just too much for me. Okay, so all I did was my brows off camera real fast, and I used the Precisely My Brow pencil from Benefit Cosmetics, and it's in shade number 4, which is like brown or something like that. And so now I have brows, so I don't look so ratchet anymore. Now we're gonna do eyes, and I'm gonna be probably going back and forth between my Tartelette Bloom 2 and my the Tarteist Pro palette. And like I said, a lot of the products I'll be using are from Tarte because they're my favorite. So like I said earlier, I'm going to do pretty much just a basic normal look, nothing crazy. So it's going to be super easy, not a lot of shades. But yeah, I'm using a Tarte unicorn brush. It's their crease brush. It's very used, as you can tell right now. It needs to be cleaned, but it'll buff. So, and I'm going to go ahead and go into my Tartelette Bloom, and I'm just going to go ahead, this is going to be so weird, and I'm going to go ahead and use, oh, this is weird, Jet Setter right here. It's like this neutral brownie like brown color, brownie. Yeah, it's not that dark. It's called Jet Setter. And I'm just gonna tap it in, and I'm gonna be looking, oh, I guess I'm with you guys, so sorry. And I'm just gonna put this in my crease kind of all over. Nothing crazy, actually. I need to clean this brush, hold on. Alright, sorry, but now I'm back, and we're gonna go back into Jet Setter, like I wasn't in there before. And I'm just gonna put this in my crease, and I'm kind of just buffing it in everywhere. Like, I'm not being really precise at all. Like, it's just going everywhere in the crease, just to make sure everything else blends nicely and will transition nicely, you know? I don't want to get too crazy and like add on all these weird colors, but I need the colors that I do put in on my eyes to blend nice. So now I'm gonna go in with right underneath. It is this color right here. It's called Smarty Pants. Yeah, and it's more of a like a warmer toned neutral brown, and I just think they build really nice, and they add really good dimension to prepare the eyes for the darker colors that I'm going to put in my crease. And yeah, not too shabby, I would say. I'm not going to have enough time to do all this because I feel like I'm running out of time. My phone only has like 18 minutes I can record, and I've been using it for 16. So we're going to do this really quick. I'm going in my Tarteist Pro. I'm going to use Edgy. And like, this is pretty much the look. Like, I'll use one brush, 3 shades, and then I'm going to put in a shimmer on my eye because I like shimmery eyes. And then I'll put lashes on, and the look will be literally done in a lip. But now I'm like in the rushing stage, and it's not fun at all. So this isn't gonna work out the way I want. I'm gonna go in the Tarteist Pro, and I'm using my finger and going in Glam, and I'm literally just tapping it all over. And I'll blend it out better later in a few hot seconds with this brush right here. I just use it to shade, and I'm gonna like just blend it all. And now I'm gonna go in with a BH brush, and I'm going back into Edgy, and I'm putting it in my waterline, or underneath in my lower lash line, I mean. With all my weird faces. My phone's telling me I'm running out of time, so I'm going to pause you for a second and put on mascara and lips, and you'll see the finished look. So I just finished up. I put mascara on, and I put lips. Is the Too Faced Melted Matte Queen Bee. And now we're up and close, and this is the finished look. Thank you guys for watching, and I will post something up again soon.